Looks like your business might be in a bit of a pickle. Don't you worry about a thing. You ain't alone in this. You're just a success story waiting to happen. Trust me on that. Every bump in the road is just an opportunity wearing a clever disguise. Welcome to the Hounds of Business community, where we don't just sit around twiddling our thumbs. Nope. We turn those obstacles into mighty fine stepping stones. This here's a place where high-level entrepreneurs and sharp professionals gather to grow their businesses and mindsets, kind of like how a good old gumbo needs the right ingredients to be something special. Ideas thrive here, and collaborations, well, they're as natural as sweet tea on a hot day. Success, it's a journey, and we're fixing to walk that road right beside you. Now, don't forget to follow us on LinkedIn for all the latest tips and insights. We're talking about the kind of wisdom that'll keep you ahead of the game. And while you're at it, head on over to our YouTube channel. We've got ourselves a treasure trove of videos, from expert interviews to webinars, everything you need to stay sharp in this fast-moving world of business. The Hounds of Business community? Well, we ain't just a network, we're a movement. So why not come on and be part of something bigger? Join us today and let's turn your business journey into a real Southern success story. Together, we'll achieve greatness, just like crawfish and singing on a Friday night.
All right, welcome to the show. If you have not seen LinkedIn for a while, you might be going, what the hell is happening right now? This is not the HOB Live, but it's the same time and channel, folks. If you don't know me, I'm Mike Asherbrenner, proud and humble leader of the Hounds of Business, and also known as the Redneck Connector. Oh my goodness, and welcome, everyone, welcome to the first Redneck Connector hotline. Oh my goodness. Real quick, we got a packed show. I want to get down to the fun part, the educational, entertaining part. But this happened in short because I had a real phone call with Sam Bergdahl, Eco Sam back there. She's running the backstage. We'll bring her up soon. That's when we realized, man, these honest conversations that we have day in and day out throughout the Hounds ecosystem, right? When someone just has to talk or vent or whatever, usually not even a business problem, like we're not having a business meeting, and someone will say something and then we'll uncover the real problem and the problem underneath the problem, right? And we're like, wow, this belonged out in the open, because a lot of folks, they have a misconception. They don't have these kind of conversations, right? They don't have the support mechanism. So this is our way, folks. I don't like to sales pitch. I don't like to explain. I don't even like to persuade. What I do like to do is to give samples. I like to give test drives to people, right? I like to, because I like it for myself. So here's the small version of why we're doing this, okay? Costco. I never go to the gas station anymore, y'all. No kidding, right? I'm pretty much 24/7 online. And I finally went up to Costco. That little old lady with the sausage and the toothpick smiled. I smiled back. We had a conversation. I ate about at least 5 of those bad boys. I walked out into the parking lot, but guess what? Yeah, 3 logs of sausage I had no intention to buy. It hit me like a lightning bolt. I said, dadgummit, everything I do will be like this, right? That's it. That I just want good people to hang out, get something of value. All right, so we're throwing parties throughout the house. This is one of them. So here it is. Leave the blinds open, throw a party, and guess what? That's right. The right people walking by, where's my invitation? And that's why you're here. So welcome, folks. So excited to demonstrate what happens when heart-centered, relationship-driven professionals get the right conversation with the right perspective and the right people around them. So that's what we mean by right room. And just to cap it off, so what is this for? Honestly, this is for folks who, listen, we just want business marriages, right? I have no interest in the business one-night stand stuff. Not knocking it, not knocking transactional stuff. But if you're a relationship-driven professional, right, you enjoy, plus your business thrives on interacting, right, getting warm introductions, opportunities through people, then this one's for you, right? Because you don't need to be manipulative, sleazy, or feel a way that doesn't make you want to get up out of bed and build something special, okay? And that was me for a very long time. So without getting into the whole thing, this is it, right? Honest conversations that help you identify what you actually need. So here's the deal, folks. Even if you don't need me, pipe up. We monitor the comments. We check the DMs, right? And if you feel anything of value, you feel at home here, you think there's something here, maybe somebody can help you somewhere, but you're not even sure. This is your invitation, right? Just tell us, hey, Mike, you said DM me. You don't have to know what to ask me to DM me. You can put it in the comment, whatever platform you're watching. That's it. We're going to take a look. Our team's going to go through, look at this, and that might be connecting you with someone else, some other community, some other person we might know. It's not about us. All right. If you have a mission and impact and a desire to make this world a better place through your business, hey, you're not alone. Imagine that. So no strays out there, folks. All right. Have the sample. There it is. Toothpick time. And I'm going to put this in the chat, but I want to know from you guys, right? What business problem do you see people repeatedly trying to solve with the wrong strategy? What do I mean by this? Real simple. If you got a nail, you don't try to use a screwdriver on it, right? Same thing. If you own a steakhouse, right, and you show up to a bunch of book podcasts as a guest and a bunch of vegans are watching, man, all right, that's kind of hard for you and them. So if you ever seen this in general, don't have to tell on yourself, but hey, share it. You never know. No pitch slapping in the comments, but hey, connect with each other, get to know each other. Half the hounds could sell jelly beans at this point. I'd help them do it because we relate. I know their heart, know what they're about. So that's it. And I got to say this. Hey, like and subscribe and do all the things, man. That helps our reach, and that's what we're all about, right? We want to make sure people see us. If we're the alternative, if the things that we do bring value, that's all we want to do. Make sure they see it. So I'm going to go through. I've got the one and only April Wyatt. She is backstage. So thank you, April. Also got Eco Sam, Samantha Bergdahl back there working the call line. So thank you for this. And it's a live show. So, you know, hey, we're not going to get it perfect. We never promised it. All right. So I want to bring up, we're going to bring up the first guest, Jennifer Thompson of I Am Magazine, chief editor and co-founder. But before we do, I want to go right now. Look at her jumping the gun. Sam Beavers. I'm going to close it. Did y'all hear that? That's all right. It's my fault, Sam. All right. Christopher Colombo. All right. Quick thanks to Dr. Christopher Colombo of Functional Mentor. Chris and I have been friends. He's been in the house for a long time. He is a physician, retired Lieutenant Army Colonel, and leadership advisor, helping healthcare professionals lead through pressure, clarity, resilience, and humanity. All right. Proud to have him support the Hounds work and this work too, brother. Appreciate you. All right. So Sam, call me back. You got to call back because I hung up on you. See, we're already having entertainment. Check us out. Oh, and by the way, anything goes on this show, y'all. I had to show this because a lot of folks didn't see this last time. And yeah, we have a lot of fun. That was Angelique. Angelique did that. So who said you can't? Y'all, let me ask you a question in the chat before we get going. Y'all ever heard you can't be, don't mix business and friendship? Yeah, I don't like that one either. So if you think I never liked that, but I thought it was true, you're in the right room. All right. Sam is telling me to join the call. Y'all get to see Papal use the phone. This is fun. Hang on a second. Oop. At least it's not the rotary dial phone. I couldn't find that one. Y'all are in big luck for that. Rotary dial. Even Sam don't even know what that is. All right. Sam, you there?
I'm here.
Oh, you did not mute your system. Look at that. Wow. Live show. All right. Where is who we got? We got Jennifer up first.
We've got Jennifer up first.
Sweet. Jennifer, can you hear
Can you
me?
hear me now?
I can.
Hello, beautiful people. How are you?
I'm good. Sam, go ahead, mute for me. Thank you, my friend. She was running around doing all kind of crazy stuff today, and she just got here. Thank you, Sam. All right. So let me give a little backdrop because we met before. All right. And we worked together. So we're going to continue your progression into this clarity issue. So folks, if you haven't known, the really short version is Lachelle Atkins, America's Supermom, introduced me to Jennifer and Jade. And one natural conversation, I was standing in a park on a field trip with my daughters, right? Not in business mode, not traditionally. And it was so wild. So the long story short is this. These ladies had built a magazine, right, to help spread the word, spread the great stories, inspire others. It's a great tool to attract birds of a feather in business, right? And over 200,000 viewers and readers monthly. And here's what captivated me. The lady said, Mike, 49%. 49% of the readers were men. Yeah, we were sneaking out, stealing our wife or business partner ladies magazine because there's not a whole lot of that stuff for men. So these ladies made the men's division. All right, it's an acronym, and hounds are all over that thing, right? So this is what I mean. Little conversations, alignment, no business agenda, immediate, and it boomed. So these ladies did it. The men's division's been running. It's about to drop their October episode. And here's the question, right? We have the magazine. We've done some anthologies, right? Should we try a podcast? Should we do another podcast? Should we attempt this again? It's a great question. And by the way, it's also a prime example that once you have it all figured out, you got to figure it out again. You got to revisit clarity. It's not static, guys. Stop. I don't know where you were getting this. You always will ebb and flow. The key is to stay ahead of it. So Jennifer, welcome to the show. How are you, my friend?
Thank you, Mike. Can you hear me?
I can. Nobody's saying they can't hear us, so we're good.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to share our new initiative or what we want to do. Currently preparing to launch under the I Am Magazine International umbrella. As you said, I Am Magazine International is a digital magazine that is distributed worldwide. And we have the English magazine as well as the Spanish magazine. And now we do have the men's division magazine that focuses in mentoring, empowering, navigating, and supporting our men out there. So there are so many inspiring podcasts and creators out there sharing great conversations every day. And what we wanted to do with our upcoming platform or project is a podcast called Man Cave. It's a complement to the media landscape that we are offering, but is going to be offering a dedicated, highly intentional space focused on men's leadership, business, and personal growth. So the Man Cave will serve as a flagship media platform for the men's division, which, like I said, stands for mentoring, empowering, navigating, and supporting. Our core mission would be to provide entrepreneurs, fathers, community leaders with practical wisdom from lived experiences, helping them navigate life transitions and build lasting legacy, and focus on the real subjects of life. What makes our coming approach unique is that we're building a Man Cave around a monthly flagship release model. Instead of doing frequent quick recordings, we are going to treat it each as a monthly release as a high impact media event. So each flagship episode will serve as a content nucleus. So over 30 days following that release, that single deep dive conversation will fuel an entire month of distributed media assets, including short form clips, thought leadership spots, deep dive newsletters, a panel, features on the magazine, print integrations with I Am Magazine. And these structures will allow us to give each topic and guest the maximum depth, a lot of production value, and of course, have the right audience engagement. And because each episode is a 30-day campaign, our monetization strategy is built on long-term value creation. We want to invite aligned businesses such as financial institutions, mental health and wellness providers, professional services, to join us as founding partners rather than buying a standard 30 seconds ad slot.
Absolutely.
And our partners, they will receive a category exclusive multi-channel exposure for the entire month since we're doing this large campaign. And at the same time, they would be supporting a meaningful community movement. Here's where I have questions.
You sound like you're clear as a whistle. Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
So,
no.
okay.
Trust me. I had a lot of questions, but I had to pick one. So this is the one I picked.
Okay.
We are offering category exclusive founding partner status instead of selling the standard 30-second ads. From a business clarity standpoint, how can we make this offer crystal clear to potential sponsors so they immediately grasp the value of a month-long content campaign over a simple 30-second ad.
So let me repeat it back so I don't assume. You've got all these things, and really it's like, how do we get sponsors and increase visibility for this podcast that will serve as a complement, to the already established magazines, right?
Exactly, and that they can see the value between a 30-day campaign versus a 30-second ad.
Let me start here. Do you already have? Well, let me start from the beginning. All right. What is the main primary purpose of the podcast, right? So you have already a magazine, things are booming, you have a men's division, and then you have an anthology. So it could be multiple, but what is the main job? Audience value? Is it audience value? Is it contributor amplification, authority, sponsorship? What was
it's mostly for me, for us, I think the most important thing is audience value. Have a place where they can listen to conversations that they might not be able to have the group that they can talk to about these things. And I know how men are because I am married to one. And I know that every time they get together with their friends, they talk about sports, they talk about superficial things. There is not a deep conversation. There is nothing that they talk about mental health, about marital situations, about things that really is about navigating life transitions. And that is what I want this audience, this podcast to be.
Okay.
I want to serve that.
So is the question twofold? It's not really how do I get sponsors. It's how do I make this, like, men show up? Is that fair? How do we prepare a podcast that would A, make men show up and want to actually do this, and B, people to support that, because sponsors enable you to invest and then, get more visible, right? Right? They sponsor.
Exactly, so and bring the right people to the conversation.
Wow, this was going to be, I was scared. I was really scared with all that backstory. I said, my goodness, I come out the gate on this hotline, I'm going to get nailed. I was going to close the hotline early. Here's a technique. Now, again, there's a disclaimer here, folks. Do not use this if you are in a transactional mindset setting, right? If you sell trinkets on Amazon, you don't need this, okay? Never use these tactics unless you are sincerely this way. In other words, only be sincere, okay? Because people will figure you out, and I don't want that responsibility, okay? Here's what I would do, and this is where I'm getting it. We all, somewhere along the way, Jennifer and people listening, I'd love for you all to chime in on this. Somewhere along the way in business, whether you're new or pivoting, people pretty much assume that we have to have all the answers. Ain't that something? Like, we have to have a 5-year plan, figure it out from our skull, put it down, and it's linear and nothing ever happens. Now, I would love to know, because there's some outliers out there. I know some people that I'm like, wow, that person may have done it. But the rest of us, 99.99% of people don't. So here's how I would start. My core, you have 200,000 plus loyal people. You've got contributors who are highly connected, correct? You have heart-centered, high-level people all around you. Well, hey, you have us, right? So I know you have at least that, and you got tons of others. Here's what I would do. I would use what some folks, even in multi-level marketing, has mastered this, right? I call it indirect approach. And this is not to play a game, all right? I'm almost hesitant to share this. But it's simple. When you're being very honest and open, what I like to do, because I don't like to push people, I like to show samples. So what I would do is I would be very well crafted, all right? Do all the things. We'll talk later. But for the purposes of this show now, the master thing is the restaurant strategy. That's what I'm going to call it. I sit down, I order a menu, right? Well, the restaurant is men. It's like a Chinese restaurant. You don't wonder where the dadgum burritos are at the Chinese restaurant. So the men are already here for that reason. You got the right men, the right audience. It's simple, right? Go to them. And here's how it goes. We'll do the details. But folks, do this in an authentic way. Hey, I'm looking to help more men in X, Y, and Z industry, right? You're already a pro there. You and I know each other, right? Will you help me with this? I'm working on a podcast. I'm working on a plan, and I just need your eyeballs. Will you give me some information to help me better speak to the other people, right? Can you lend me your brain and your expertise to help me where I don't have the answers? And here's what I say, because I want to be daggum transparent all the time. I say, listen, I'm not here to sell you. I'm not playing a game with you. I'm not doing this. But if you see value, hell yeah. I mean, obviously, if you see value in this, yes, let's talk. But that's not why I'm here. You can help me reach other people. Is that fair? Will you help me do this? And who do you ask? The closest people to you, right? I'll do it. There's so many people already championing you. So you don't have to have the answer. It sounds to me like you've got about 90+% of this figured out. Now, the fun part is go ask everybody what they think. And ask the hounds in the comments. How many times do I ask all y'all what you think? What do you, not that I'm insecure, but because I'm wise enough to know April Wyatt is going to bring a different perspective than I am. And I want to reach people in her space. So why would I assume I know what the folks in her space want? Right? You order off the menu at the restaurant, they go back and cook it, they bring it to you. Maybe it needs salt. They go put salt on it, bring it back. That's my simple opinion. Use this as an opportunity to sincerely and honestly go and ask people what they think. And here's the kicker. A lot of times they'll want to do it and they'll come back, and then referrals are open. And I'll stop here. Because when you do this from a sincere place, you know what you create, folks? Ownership. I've seen people sell books with this. I got to sell a book. No, you go out there and love on other people, put them in a group, keep them top of mind, right? Ask them questions, let them contribute to your book. Don't be surprised when you got 60 amazing people running around about your book more excited than you are. How do I know that? That's how we accidentally started the hounds, y'all. Spoiler alert. That was it. I said, wow, look at all these people running around with the hounds. It was their hounds. And that's special. So Jennifer, you're on track. Don't change nothing. Dive in, right? Go call people with honest conversations, see how they're doing, and bring it up. Don't beat around the bush. You start acting funny.
Love it.
Yeah. It's like when people call my business partner and stuff, like, that's your mom, dude. Just start talking plainly. Talk plainly as normal. And yes, be ready for people to sort it out. Don't worry about it. Just talk to people. That's it. We'll talk after this and I'll help you out. All right. How's that sound?
That sounds fantastic. I love it. Thank you for your time.
No, I'm thank you for the softball. I thought this was going to be tough. I was like, oh shit, we're going to have to close the hotline right when we started. Good job. All right. You take care, my friend.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You got it. All right. I got to stop looking at April Wyatt's face in the background. I can tell what she's thinking. We don't need words. Sam's happy. Sam's like, geez, ecstatic. All right, Sylvia, welcome. All right. So, are we on time? You got to be kidding. Oh my goodness. Wow. All right. What's that country saying? Even a blind squirrel catch a nut every now and then. My goodness. All right, so let's move on. Let's keep the show rolling. If I want to ramble after and y'all want to stick around after 8, we can do that. But right now, let's get rolling. This is good. So who we got back here, Sam?
Hello, we've got Pollyanna up next.
Dr. Pollyanna Chavez?
Yeah. Here
Sweet. How are you?
Doing good. Thank you, Mike.
Good. I'm not going to act like we don't talk all the time, but in these conditions, this is a first, right?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you for inviting me here. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, let me give a little bit of pretext, right, to this. So I met Dr. Pollyanna walking around PodFest. Yeah, I left this year. It's been a wild year. I got out of the house and went to Orlando in January. And so here's what happened. I'm sitting there going, I'm just overloaded, flooded. I'm not used to being in the limelight. And I'm in my own head. I'm trying to sort out all these things. And Pollyanna turns around. Never met her before. She looks at me, asks some questions. I rambled something. And she turned back around and said, stand up. Well, listen, folks, I've been with the same lady. I've been with my wife for 24 years. When a woman says do something with authority, I just kind of do it out of habit. Let's be real. So I did. And she walked me through this NLP, neuro-linguistic programming technique, for 5 minutes. Yeah, it worked. I didn't expect that. I didn't even know what she was doing. It really helped gain clarity. And then she did one of the most amazing things. I've never seen anybody in business who got an attention. I was excited. You know what she did? She walked off. Yeah. So it wasn't a surprise that I wanted to go find her. And this was not performative. This lady just truly wanted to see, hey, can I help someone today? And if they don't appreciate me, somebody else will. That's my interpretation. So welcome to the show. You have been stellar and your heart is to help people. So now that people got a little bit of the backstory, you have already built success, multiple lanes. You built so much success, it's like you had 1,000 puzzle pieces with no jigsaw picture to put them together with. You went through one phase of clarity only to go through another one. So is it safe to say that you are pretty clear right now? You're pretty committed to your current path. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it happened 3 weeks ago. I had this big clarity shift, and now I'm pretty clear on this. But in the midst of the clarity and knowing what to do and how I need to implement, I still have some questions. So I thought this would be a great opportunity to ask you.
Yeah, thank you for coming on and doing this. I mean, this is what I want to share with people, because you are you're very successful person, self-made, and you found yourself so successful. You're like, okay, now what? Like, oh, it's almost like not having clarity sometimes in my experience. So, what's the situation, and what would you like to ask or chop up and go for?
So 2 years ago, since 2 years ago in my institute, the Next Level Pro Institute, I've been running a low ticket subscription, and we were teaching live 3 times a week, and I loved it. But then, as I said 3 weeks ago, thanks to my business coach, Ashley Kirkwood, I really got very clear that I was giving really high value inside this low ticket container, right? And actually she really warned me like, oh, you're heading towards burnout. So now I'm fully moving to high ticket. And while I'm still here, my question is like, how do I tell the difference between a messaging problem, an offer problem, an audience problem, or just not having taken enough action yet? Because sometimes they all feel the same. So how could we be able to tell them apart?
Ooh, that is a good one. Wow. The honest answer is sometimes that you can at first. Sometimes you can. So it's almost like shooting in the dark, so to speak. Now, because I do know a little bit about your context and, have helped you in the previous process, I haven't got to do it yet. It's really fun because I don't know, right? But what I will tell you is this. First of all, what is genuinely clear now? In general, you don't have to go in detail. But what is more clear, and are you more excited about this direction, or are you more scared? How do you feel in general?
I feel really excited about it. I think that the pieces that I am not clear yet are how the customer acquisition piece, which brings it back to like, is this a messaging problem? Like, am I not putting the message out there properly? Okay. Like, is my offer okay or not? I already selected my ICP, so I'm thinking, okay, I'm okay there, but I also want to be open-minded and say, am I really aiming at the right audience? Or is it basically like I haven't been executing just yet, right? Because I'm about to execute for this customer acquisition phase. So that's where I am. It's not like I'm major thing. I know I'm going to move forward no matter what, but right. Maybe you can give some clarity on like, how do you know which way to be paying, what way to be paying attention, maybe?
Absolutely. So this is more of a preventative. Hey, I've got the clarity. I'm excited. Here's what I would do. And this is interesting because you are naturally this way. And a lot of folks in general usually are at first. So there's 2 parts, right? The one level is the brand, the processes, really all the business components, right? And I want to start by putting the horse before the cart, right? What is the horse? The human being, you and I, the I that has to carry this stuff out. We're the ones that have to execute it. We're the ones that have to put the processes in place. Even when we scale up, we're the ones who have to hire and lead and maintain employees and staff, right? So it's kind of funny because somebody else I talked to about this, you know, what gets you excited? I know this is not hokey. This is why we're doing this show, right? I really believe that I had to sit around and create content on a recording and talk about trust. You know, something's wrong with your content when you don't even, the creator don't even want to watch it, right? If I write an article and I don't even want to read it, what the hell makes me think someone else is going to read it? And I say that because that is important. You know your audience, you are your audience. You join this like a lot of folks out there, a lot of hounds, because you found true value. And then you wanted to help others, and then it became a business, right? Fair enough. So let's follow that continuum, right? Your gut and your heart and the alignment and all these things fell in place. The need is out there. So let's do that again. Anytime you folks out there find yourself pivoting or scaling or confused, let's go back to basics. And what is the basics? So Pollyanna, you know what you want to do, right? You know you're going to give this a shot. So here's the thing. You know you want clients. You're probably going to go higher ticket clients, right? So higher ticket clients. Let me ask you, I mean, sometimes we doubt that we can get them, right? So here's what I would do. There's many, many ways. Think of it this way. There's so many ways to get clients. And I'm going to recommend that you pick the first one or two to try that you enjoy. That's it. As corny as that sounds, take it from a man who tried all these great tactics that seemed to work for everyone but me. And now in hindsight, I understand why. I hated them. How can I come in excited about something if I have to do something I hate to make it land, right? So what I'm getting at is this. It's really simple to me, right? How do I want to do? For example, do you really like to have one-on-one introductions? Do you like to go to exclusive networking events? Do you like to go to top-ranked shows that may have your clients? What makes you excited to get your message and your offer, your higher ticket offer, your new offer to the right people? What do you like, Pollyanna?
All of the above.
Yeah. Okay. So what do you like the
I
most?
do enjoy I do enjoy the one-to-one interaction, but because I do have a timeline, right? So I'm thinking I'm going to do something new for me, which I'm planning on doing ads and webinars to be able to describe what we're going to be doing and be able to put that message out there. And I'm actually kind of excited about doing the webinars. I've never done them, so that is very exciting for me. So it's like an adventure at the same time. But I do also enjoy, you know, the one-to-ones and introductions and all that stuff. So
do what you enjoy. Do what you enjoy. Do what you feel like you should do first. I mean, you're measured, right? You have teams, you have a coach. I'm helping you on something. So we have a process. This is where you might get to where you don't know. All three of these may be successful. Go with what puts you in the limelight, right? When you're on a group coaching setting, you shine. When you're with teams, I've seen it with my own two eyes. You shine, right? You bring in people who are high level. Even if somebody looked skeptical because they had a bad experience in your industry, like I did, it's eradicated when they walk into your ecosystem. When they walk into this and they go, my goodness, I was blown away. That's why I'm still here. I was like, this is not what I thought it was. So whatever's going to make you, because even if you're a brand, it's you. Now, people go, well, you don't want to be, you don't want you to be the reason the business succeeds. I'm going to push back. All right. I've done this with nonprofits too. All right. They're going to buy into you. That's it. But if you do this well and right, and you get the excitement, you're building these relationships, it will be a brand. It will be an independent business. It will be something that someone would buy, keep your face on it, and you have nothing to do with it if that's what you want. I've seen this many, many times. I've done it. Okay. So that's it. I would just pick it and tell people, post about it. Post about it. When's the last time someone got your curiosity and really asked your opinion? You know how many people out there love to talk about themselves? I mean, you're seeing me do it right now. So let's get real, right? Go out there, swim downstream, right? Go to ask the people in your corner. Ask the people who back you. right? Do not be shy, and do like kind of like we just told Jennifer. Say, hey, what do you think? Can you help me? Right? I'll connect you with somebody who, you know, is a monster in this arena, right? They work with some extraordinarily recognized names, right? I'll set you up with that introduction, right? How would that be, right? Pick his brain, get some freebies off of him, get his excitement, right? That's it. I would just go do some research, talk to some high level people, because you're going to get great advice from people who know, right? So if this guy's an expert setting up, I'm not going to name drop, but everybody knows this cat, right? And all the other ones. Wouldn't that be a good place to start? Get his opinion. See the pros and cons. Hook up with somebody else and just pick one and go for it. Give yourself a timetable. Give it all your all. If you don't hit bullseye, readjust or try another thing. But for you, I wasn't impressed by any of your website, didn't know anything about you. You yourself impressed me. So whatever you do, the bottom line is this. You have to show up like you did that day that I met you. That's what's going to get it. You and your element, not scripted, going for it, not giving a crap what people think of it. That's the lane, right? And we'll get into detail after this, folks. Don't think I'm just giving out, feel good advice. But even if I try to deviate, you got to ask yourself, no. Am I going to show up as me? That's the lane. So let's continue this combo and remind me to connect you with that high level man. How's that?
That sounds good. And thank you so much for that. And I really like that you're taking it to kind of like this next, one layer deeper, right? Because what I'm hearing also is, like the identity that I have, like the who I am. And that's something that is, very much into my lane. So I'm very excited about that because I need to be the identity and the frequency that I want to achieve. So thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Oh, my pleasure. You are just something else. So thank you. And folks, we did not have business meetings to come to do business in the past. Hey, we just got along and we started talking and we're like, oh my gosh, we have so much in common. Like, how fun is it when you just like somebody and you find out that you sell cookies and they sell milk? Holy cow. That leads me to Steve Woodruff. I forgot to bring him up because Sam, you're supposed to yell at me. It's okay. Yeah, you can say, hey, redneck, stay tuned. So let's give Steve Woodruff on the phone. Is that okay? I know he's watching. I see his comments. All right.
Yes, all right. King Clarity is here, my friend.
The king. Yes, sir. The king of clarity. Hey, that's not a moniker, is it, buddy? That's a daggum truth.
I hope so.
Yeah. Hey, I'm proof of it. So let me give the backdrop story because all these stories are good, right? Country people love to tell stories. I'm keeping them short, though. I'm watching April's face. I know if I'm going too long, y'all. Look at her. She's going to kill me. All right. So I went to the Innovate Summit. Shout out to Brian Wallace. I'm making plans to go October, the Innovate Summit. This guy's amazing. And October, they're going to be in Nashville. So we have one in Louisville in May. And folks, I'm going to skip ahead. This guy is cooler than a ceiling fan. All right. He is, just one of those people you're like, wow, that's somebody that knows himself, And so I thought I was clear. I mean, I thought I was clear until I heard Steve give his talk about memory darts. So fast forward, I was trying to get out of there before anybody asked me what I do because I felt inadequate. And so Brian Wallace's best buddy said, hey, Mike, what do you do? And I went, oh, man. And I just told him. I said, I was trying to get out of here because now I don't feel like I'm ready to answer that after listening to Steve. And he looked at me, folks. He said, yeah, me too. I mean, this guy's he's a business stud. And he's like, oh, I don't want to answer. So that's what happened. And I walked out. And guess what? Right before I hit the door, some random guy said, hey, buddy, what do you do? And I went, oh, Lord, have mercy, Steve. And here's what's funny. I belted out a great thing. It was like it was buried inside of me, and Steve unlocked it. It was miraculous. So that's the long country version of how Steve and I got together. I was doing a workshop, looking for someone to cover clarity. I turned around, and I'm like, dude, you're standing right next to the king of clarity. So at that big country story, Steve, you have been listening to these for any of them, Jennifer or Pollyanna, since you're the clarity kind of specialist, man. You know your stuff. You helped me get more dialed in, so that's A plus. What do you think, man? Take the floor. Take your time.
I think one of the struggles we all have, and I have certainly had over the years, is we tend to try to arrive at our message and our ideal customer and our ideal offer in the abstract. And I'm an abstract thinker, so I try to figure it all out myself. Actually, the best way to get really clear on it is to find one or two advocates who roughly fit what you think is the right type of person, and then just start working with them on a concept, an idea, a rough draft, something you think is the right thing. Pollyanna is trying to move up market to people that are at a different level. And one of the best ways to validate her new approach, her new message, is to work with one person, get a success story under her belt, and let that work help redefine the message. Because sometimes we get it maybe 80% right, but the 20% that's missing is when we're actually out there on the field, running the plays, figuring it out, and then it becomes more clear.
Oh, Steve, real quick. You reminded me of something. My goodness, you are absolutely spot on. Everybody listening can use this principle. The guy who ran Scott Air Force Base, the colonel, right? I worked with this guy. He's an amazing guy. And, we went through this, and it was amazing that the business community could not figure out he was overqualified for logistics and all this, culture. And so we did a similar thing, right? High-level executive of a century-old company, got him in. I said, who cares if it's free? You just need in. If I say I'm great, it's debatable. If someone of credibility says you're great and you're actually doing good work and there's rate of returns and KPIs, guess what? And nobody's going to say, did you do it for free? That's cheesy. What they want to know is it valuable? Can you do the work? So when they had a podcast, he had this executive telling the world essentially in this convo, hey, this guy's more than qualified. And then he got a chance to go teach at the company, right? Similar lane. You can have fun with these, right? Right, Steve?
Yeah, you can. I was on a call just a couple hours ago with somebody, and I had to admit to him, look, I'm not exactly sure how what I do is going to fit your particular audience. I think what I do is right. I think it's the right audience, but I feel a little uneasy and a little insecure about how to package it. And he said, look, my group, you just show up as you are. You just tell people where you're at. You don't have to have your act together. You just need to get in there, get in the mix, and we'll all figure it out together. Boy, I took about 1,000 pounds off of my shoulders. I should know that by now, but I still feel that sense of insecurity. But the fact is, people are much more patient and ready to work with us than we think they are.
And if they're not, maybe you need to go find some new people, maybe another room.
Maybe they're not a customer. That's correct.
Right. And you need to be in the room where someone will look at you and be like, no, it's not us, it's you. Right? Like that's it. And they're not saying that mean. Right. I want a room full of people who support me, but yet will tell me, hey, Mike, you got a booger on your face before I show up to a live stream. Right. Like that's the room you're looking for. Right. Yeah, you're a very kind, supportive guy. But if I'm doing something to erode my mission, or if I'm not getting to the point, look, shameless plug, I found it. Right. There's the book, The Point. Then you have to tell me, or you're not really being very kind to me. So yeah, go out. The courage before confidence, Steve. That's the easiest way I could put. Have the courage to look like a jackass, whatever you're worried about. Get out there, and that's important. And I want your opinion. We'll go to Irene soon. But people go, well, what if it's the wrong path? What if I take this step, Mike, and I wasted all of this time or money and blah, blah, blah? Well, my response is you'll find out a hell of a lot faster. Go. You don't have to spend all your money. Be smart, but go explore it now. You're going to find out if this is the right path or not. Opportunity won't plop its ass on the couch. What do you think?
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, this is when I went out as a solopreneur 20 years ago. I had a business concept, and I figured I have it about 80% figured out, and I'm just going to go out there and just do stuff, and the market will tell me the rest. And in that 20 years, I've pivoted, I've evolved, but it's not in the abstract. It's by mixing it up with people, finding out, asking questions, being willing to change, being willing to listen. And that's how an entrepreneur works. You discover where you fit, and then you discover the next adjacent place where you fit. And then you move up or sideways or down a little bit, but you just find out where the holes are.
Right. Like Pollyanna is interesting, and we'll go to Irene because it's 3 a.m. and that lady is amazing. She's traveling all over Europe, so I don't want to keep her too long. But you know, with Pollyanna, Dr. Pollyanna she could do anything. And folks, sometimes that's it. You're so good that, you know, it's like taking 4 dog bowls in front of a dog and it's like, I don't know which one to pick. She could do anything. And that's why I believe that, hey, trust your gut and you're happy, because I mean it. The way she showed up stood out among 1,500 people, Steve. It was like the lightning bug, you know, like, oh, look at that in the dark. So what do you think in general? Do you have any closing, you know, share? We might get you back on for Irene, stand by, but do you have anything specifically or generally you want to share with people who may be starting off or just pivoting because they are successful?
I think one of the best things you can do is just surround yourself with smart people. They don't have to be customers. In fact, I have smart people that I have leaned on for years. I'm part of a mastermind. And one of the best things you can do is cultivate a safe environment of smart people that are around you, that you can bounce ideas off of, that you can make stupid mistakes with. And they will be the ones that will help sharpen your approach, as well as your customers. That's especially if you're a solo. You absolutely want to collect.
Great. That was a great point. I saw April and Sam's face back there. They're like, ooh, they made the ooh face. Yeah, see? So, Steve, hey, pleasure having you. Don't go anywhere. Don't change that channel, brother. We might pull you back in, because the last I talked to Irene, she doesn't have it. She has what happens after you get clarity challenges, right? So stay tuned, because you're multiverse, man. You know a lot more than just clarity, so we might pull you in. But I appreciate you, brother. I really do. I worked hard on my own to get clarity, and I met you in 10 daggone minutes and got clarity. So, hey, we just proved it, Jones. Right? I didn't need a $20,000 course in clarity. I needed Steve's book and somebody who cared about me. Thank you, Steve.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, stay tuned. All right. Go ahead and mute. And Irene, if she fell asleep, I'm just so sorry.
No, I'm here and I'm loving this conversation.
Good. Well, we love you. So that's a win-win. It's like PB&J in the same jar, isn't it? Yeah. They did it 20 years ago and I'm still talking about it. Well, let's see. Let's give the backdrop that I've been doing. Let's see. And folks, I'm forgive me. I need to put these audience questions in. The joys of a live stream. There you go. I think probably April's probably doing it for me. At least I'm not touching the buttons this time when she is. All right. So Irene, here's the fun part. Let me give it back. Irene, folks, she didn't arrive needing another identity exercise or clarity. Right? She has built real authority and public authority over the years, and done a great job of what she does. And here's the thing. I don't want to get. You're a sexless marriage coach, correct? Therapist coach. What do you do?
So I work with loving couples who prioritize family, career, and each other's life goals in their first decades together, but ended up losing their intimacy along the way. They ended up losing their couple, so to speak. And so they want to reconnect to each other and rekindle sexual intimacy. All of it simply, I'm a sexless marriage recovery coach, and I help couples find themselves again.
Yeah, and here's what got me. When you popped into the orbit, right? And I want folks out there to know, I didn't spam you. I didn't send you a DM or an email that you hadn't asked for, right? I think I saw you running with like April Wyatt and show, and I just wanted to support that. Folks, just go make friends and influence people. Dale Carnegie, start there. And then I thought, oh my goodness, because I'm big on LinkedIn, right? Like I really want people to go out there and learn how to be themselves and attract good people, opportunity, and business. And my first thought was, oh my goodness, who's going to go to Irene's post and go, yeah, I've been sleeping on the couch for 10 years. So you're a real like,
Right.
yeah, it's like, well, what do we do? But to me, I knew exactly what to do, right? Because leading up to your question, they're not going to do that. Most people will not do that. They're not even wanting to engage with you, right? It's very, it's like the proctologist. We don't talk about this kind of stuff, especially in the US. But you know what? They do hint around. They do start to talk about things. And, well, let me go ahead and get everybody up to speed. 2 ladies, extraordinary ladies, showed up, community leaders, successful business women, and I was floored, right? Your first networking event, and they said, hey, we got a referral for Irene. I'm like, you sure? Like, even I was shocked, y'all. But so here's the point. You are doing great. You are clear as a whistle. You are high level. You already have clients. You're doing great. So where are you at now, and what's your question on this? Because you're doing great.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. I've built success through doing organic SEO, high quality content, and high quality podcast interviews. But the SEO landscape has changed with the invention, of course, of artificial intelligence and just the SEO algorithms. And so, yeah, how do I continue to reach highly motivated couples who are very interested in major life transformation? How do I reach them in a new way? Now that, again, the organic SEO path is not really there for me anymore.
Okay, in general, right? I don't want to get into specifics or anything, but in general, have you really, how much time and effort have you already put into marketing? And where's it been? Is it like, well, LinkedIn or cold emails? Like, in general, just have you put a lot of effort in?
I put a tremendous amount of effort. I was following a lot of what was taught during the times when I started my business, which was 13 years ago, which was to do the freebie approach. So you put the freebies out, you then turn the leads into warm leads. So you have a warming campaign. And I was doing a tremendous amount around that in terms of money, in terms of energy. And that wasn't panning out. And what I found was people signing up for freebies were not very interested in signing up for a high-ticket, high-touch support and working with someone over several years. They wanted to try something themselves. And for me, it was a tremendous amount of energy that did not pan out at all. And I want a different way. I want to do something that I'm excited about, where I get to speak about this topic in depth, where let's really seriously talk about this, and to invite people to work with me rather than offer something that they can try for a week, because I don't think that works.
Wow. First of all, congratulations, right? You really do have a lot figured out. And the fact that you had the courage and desire to come out here and share this to inspire and help others, bravo for you. And what, 3 a.m., you're traveling, you got a lot going on. So thank you. No, that means a lot, because that winning's done in the mind first. I mean, come on, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you got the winner's mindset. Because if you lost your business today, you would go build it again. I mean, I've seen it, right? You wouldn't lose it, but if it did, you know the recipe. So on that note, I'm because we had talked about this a little bit, and what you're saying is giving me more enlightenment. So where do you, first of all, so how do I get people to lean into me, right? How do I reignite, correct me if I'm wrong, how do I reignite all of that excitement, all the things that I had, without being at the mercy of either SEO, right, algorithms, and doing things I just don't want to do, right? Because you probably tried to cold this and that and all that. So where do you, Irene, forget the business for a moment, where are you at your absolute like highest level? If I peeked in a room, what would you be doing? Talking a lecture on stage, sitting down real time with couples, talking on a podcast? What are one or a few of those that, if I knew that would actually get me some people to help, I would do it all day long. Wouldn't even feel like work. What do you enjoy?
Yeah, you already gave the examples, the things that I love, which is in-depth podcast conversations. Yes, we were talking to a couple that is broadcast, but really don't around the topic and really showing rather than telling what is happening, what can happen, what are the possibilities. So again, for me, it's the in-depth stuff that's really interesting, not the surface stuff.
Okay. So here's the general, and we'll sit down and talk this out soon, but the general advice and guidance here, because this is something that happens a lot, right? People, hey, I didn't think I was going to make it. So when I did make it, I had a whole new problem. Now what? And so you have the clarity. So it's really simple. It could look something like this. Continue to do what you're doing. Go to not just podcasts, make sure do your research. Go to podcasts and people that have the audience, right? Do your research. The onus is on us, right? You probably know that. But then think about it. Anything you do, ask yourself, how do I get compound effect from this, right? So a lot of times we think, well, I get on a show, and if it's the right show, people will just call me and just pour money at me and just, oh yes, you know, I haven't been intimate forever, blah blah blah. Not always. It could. So what I would do is go on the right show, do the homework, right? Write introductions, which you're getting now, right? And then do a show. Take that, ask for the, you know, ahead of time, get the recording, right? Cross promote that on your channel. So when you go on a StreamYard, ask them, can I set this up and so I can show my audience? Right there, right there. You're not just doing a show. You are sitting down with the recognized authority that has people that are probably silently wanting what you do, and you're streaming that on your channel. Why? Because, Irene, it's simple. Advertising and visibility are two different things. Advertising is me. I pay for it. It's about me. It's marketing, me. Nothing wrong with that. I sucked at it, okay? That's why I started the Hounds. I wasn't good at it. But and people expect advertising, right? Here's what they still don't expect, especially in today's AI, performative world. They don't expect hundreds and thousands of super pros of all walks of life, of all different industries, to run around on and offline, LinkedIn and elsewhere, and say you're great. So when you go on these targeted shows, right, make sure they match your values and your alignment, and then stream that thing so other people go to your profile and go, ooh, she's on a podcast, and let them advocate. Let them fry your brain. You're not selling, you're sharing. You're in that element, right? And then take that, make post of it, take the transcript, and break it down in bite-sized pieces. And you say, hey, I enjoy this. This happened. Just like the other day, me and Steve Woodruff. I'll give you a perfect example and I'll end. Me and Steve and some other folks, it was IM was there. We had a really good Men's Month workshop where we give out big glasses of milk to teach people how to prospect without pissing everybody off, right? And so we went out there and did that. And this lady sent me a DM. It made my month, y'all. This lady sent me a DM, and it goes about this way. Hey, Mike, I did the homework. I did Steve's Clarity homework. I loved it. And would you take a look and tell me if I'm on the right track? Oh, my camo hat about blew off my dadgum head. I was like, I live for this. That's exactly why I did this. She took that experience, the sample, right, the test drive, and she leaned in. Well, look, she's probably been following me forever. So my point is this. You have the tools, you know there's people out there who they're just dealing with this shame and weirdness and all. You stay consistent, you find ways, multiple ways to take one thing and make it a bunch of things. We'll sit down together soon, but that's it. You got to be showing up happy and tell the stories that will get people disarmed. And that's how you do it. You let people like me interview you. And then you tell the story about how you're so excited to see this couple do X. And that's how you build your cold base warmer. You're showing up for shows, letting people like us share our real example. Oh, Irene is amazing. This is how she approaches people. This is what she's done. Every time, somebody graduates from her program, she just gleams. Money can't buy that. That's what people want. They want someone who loves them, even if they are not paying them. Does that make sense? That's you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love also what you offer in the sense of speaking out on these topics where other people, like you said, wouldn't be comfortable doing that. And that also breaks taboos and gets people, it already creates transformation because people are seeing, like, oh, maybe I can speak up or speak out on this, or maybe I can admit that this is happening. So it is very powerful to get to put content out, and the right people or the right advocates who can model that to the people that I ultimately want to be working with.
Well, and again, I'm not saying that cold emails can't work. I'm not saying even automation. I mean, let's get real. People use automation on LinkedIn and whatnot. What I'm actually arguing is the other case. I've seen it. If you had, your values, your approach, if you were going in there generating curiosity and value on LinkedIn and DMs, and then you send a message, yeah, you got it. Now people might actually go, oh yeah. Like, you won't get a DM from me unless you sign up, and that's still rare, right? So here's the key. People listening out there, you have to ask yourself, does this tactic make money? Okay, that's important. But, well, I want to stick my head in the fryer every day using this tactic. And Irene, you don't. You can have people like us already advocating, right? We can introduce you. There's magazines. There's so many. So for you, it ain't broke, don't fix it. You're not broken. You just got to make sure that no one's going to bash you into something you don't belong in. That's it. If you're smiling and happy, and listen, it's like a football field. You got all kind of space to play. Just don't go out of bounds. And if somebody's telling you to do some shit you hate, just politely decline. Go find something else. And we'll talk.
Awesome. Thanks, Mike.
My pleasure. You have a great time. Look at that. So I don't want to hear anyone else, y'all. Thank you, Irene. We will talk, my friend. And this lady just joined the Hounds. This is so fun, right? So if she stays in the Hounds, then we know this was a great episode segment. All right. Steve Clay. I don't think Steve Woodruff is still here. You don't have to chime in, brother, but you can, because I like to know. What'd you think?
So, while listening to Irene, I was looking at various things online to see her presence, and I noticed that you have a YouTube channel, Irene. It's got a scattered few videos, mostly old. It would seem to me this is such an intimate and area full of shame, stigma, and I would think that the most important way to gain people's trust and to get people to act is they've got to feel like they trust you, the person. This is about Irene, not about facts, not about diagnoses. And I just wonder if more videos, maybe some smaller videos that would help create the sense that you really are a trustworthy authority, but very warm and caring, if that would help bring people more close to you as opposed to more the written stuff. Sometimes you just need to see a human being, certainly not AI in this case, in order to get you to open your heart and your mind.
I 100% agree, Steve. That's what I was thinking. And again, not her per se, but put her in the right environment, right? Like, for example, if I put her with someone else that overlaps and we had a three-way live stream, that puts her in her natural element and bring it, because she really does generate trust quickly. When she came to the networking, two people who are new to the networking, fairly familiar with me, but very new, that's a lot of trust to just say, hey, especially in her industry. So I absolutely agree with you. She is intrinsically trustworthy. Now the marketing has to match her reality. It's not saying, hey, let's make you look trustworthy. We're going, why the hell does Irene not already reflect in trustworthiness? Because she is, right? It makes it so much easier. Like, I don't have to manufacture it. We just got to put her on the show with the right people, and trust will radiate like a beacon, right? Is that what you're saying in more eloquent, less redneck speak?
Well, I think it's true that by making guest appearances is good, but I think that by making videos, just her talking to people, telling case studies, explaining and destigmifying the thing, will, I think, actually help open the door and make people more inclined to reach out.
And I'll cap it off. You were at the Innovate Summit, right? And Daryl Isaac said this, and I'm telling you, this was worth everything. If I just heard this one thing, Brian Wallace, shout out, man. Of course, I got the King of Clarity. I got a lot out of the Innovate Summit. But when this man, highly successful, really down to earth, Rocky Balboa style guy. He says, listen, man, if I don't connect with people, I don't do it. He says the most valuable, he don't hire them. He doesn't care how brilliant they are. He said, I don't hire them if I don't connect with them. And then he said, oh gosh, I'm losing it already. It's past 8. I turned into a pumpkin like Cinderella. So he said, the most powerful person is the most vulnerable person. And I saw him display that, right? We're not going to get into detail, but his words match his actions. So I agree. Anything that Irene chooses to do, it's a tactic issue. I just caution her, because then it's easy for someone to go, hey, just send out 10,000 DMs and somebody will bite. I would argue to be careful, because that might erode your authority, and you already have authority. So I think she's very wise to be asking the right questions, and just test, do your homework, test them, right? We don't have to throw god awful amount of time and money. Test things, right? Hey, did that work? A little bit. Well, let's readjust and try again, right? Like target shooting. So, all right, I missed something, didn't I? Ladies, I did. Phil Tetra. All right, so King of Clarity, you can go to bed now, brother. I want to thank you for coming in, sharing your time, and it's a joy, because you're here because you helped unlock me, and I want to share you with everyone. So there you go, brother. Appreciate you.
My pleasure, my friend.
Hey, man, a few words. I am not. So see, that's why we get along. All right. Hey, I have other good qualities there, Gummit. All right. And so Phil, I always say his name, and he let me do it for long enough. Phil Tetra, Rapid Growth Services. Wow, talk about running with people who make you look good. This guy, ultra high level, he is very, very great. So companies, and he's really working international. So companies who want the competitive edge, right? They want to prevent issues down the road, right? We're living in really wild, turbulent times, right? AI is making a mess, and companies are finding out, oops, I got to pay for the credits of AI, blah, blah, blah. Anybody who is starting up, scaling up, go to Phil. This man has 40 years experience. He's a human being. He's not thirsty, and he's going to give you a solution, whether it's him or not. Thank you, Phil. You are a breath of fresh air, brother. Appreciate you supporting the Hounds in our mission. So I think I'm about to end. I will invite the ladies who worked hard. If they like to come on stage, see when the Hounds is mostly women, so I know not to just throw them up there. You never know, right? The hair may not be ready. They might be yelling at somebody. Who knows? I got you, ladies. And don't be sending me hate mail. I live in a house full of women for my whole life, so I'm a little too comfortable if you don't know me. So bring your all selves up if you like. And I'm going to close out with this. I'm going to go through the comments. We're all going to go through them. And again, if you want to be your best self, if you really just feel stuck, you're just like, I want to do something, then do it. And the best way to do it is around people that want to do it too. That's it. If you work a job, most people just want to complain about that job. You got to be around people who have done that. You got to be around people when you say, I want to write a book, they don't go, that's stupid. They're going to hey, me too. How the hell do we do it? Well, we got people that write books in here. How about that? Those conversations, that's how it happens. Honestly, I got to the point, I don't care what you do. I don't. There's 8 billion people, right, ladies? There's 100 people just anywhere, thousands of people. But there's only one April, one Eco Sam, one Steve Woodruff, right? That's what's important. So, ladies, this was the end. All right, we're going overdrive. Hey, so how do you feel today? What do you think?
Good job. I just want to say congratulations, Mike and Sam. This was so fun. We got a lot of positive feedback about this style. I know that Royce chimed in. He said he really enjoyed it. And so many other people came in. And look, we got a puppy on the screen.
Wow, look at that. I didn't even know you had a puppy, Mike.
Yeah, we're the Hounds, and like nobody see my dog.
Yeah, it was really
Where'd you
great.
borrow her from?
That's Harley. She's 68% pit bull. The other bigger part is beagle, and then some other things. She's crazy and awesome. So she wants to go. She does not like the cat. All right. So this was fun.
You
I
did
love
great.
Jennifer Seifert coming in saying, yeah, let's hit the like button, right? I mean, you're watching, why not? That's amazing.
That was so
We never
smart.
like
And it
promote
actually,
ourselves that way. We just keep talking.
it's so true. It actually showed me I wasn't subscribed to the Hounds YouTube too. So I was like, oh, thank you, Jennifer. I know. I was like, like and subscribe. And then I told everyone else to subscribe too. So it's, covering
Yes,
my
you
tracks.
did.
That's going to be a post. Hey, even Sam didn't subscribe to my channel. Right. All right.
Why is it
listen.
so hard to get your friends to subscribe?
Oh,
It's
my
a
goodness.
great conversation to have. Yeah,
Well, see,
good job,
you
Mike.
ladies had a lot going on. You rushed around to help me. So would you all, because you're super pros, you're students of the game. I've seen you elevate like lightning bolts. It's been great. So anything you want to share? Give your 2 cents, but you got to share the kindness meditation. I'm going to share this with some amazing people. Kindness worldwide. All right, take it away. We'll close this out with this. Tell us about the kindness.
I'll let you, Sam.
Okay, sounds good. Sorry, I thought
You
he was
shot
like,
down.
"Say something," and then okay. So, hello everybody, and the next Kindness Worldwide Global Meditation is happening on August 2nd in the morning. So that's this coming Sunday, 8 a.m. PST, 11 a.m. EST, and for all you UK friends, 4 p.m.-ish, depending where you are in the Europe area. So please join us. We are looking to have at least 100 people from all around the globe meditating on kindness in unison. The ultimate goal is 10,000 people, and so it just starts with showing up this Sunday. It's an effort to just quiet the mind, bring yourself back to the kindness and love within yourself, and spread that out into the world around so that we can help raise the collective consciousness and remember how great people are in this world. Things like the media don't always show us the good, they typically show us the bad. And it's just a great reminder of how much good there is out there and how many people want kindness and love as well. So we hope you can join us, bring the family, get your friends, have a great Sunday morning brunch and meditation with us. And April will be leading because she's amazing. And thank you, Mike.
All right, ladies, do me a favor. After this closes, you can put regular comments. Share that in the comments. Nobody else can be spamming on my comments, though. All right, you can make, but don't. You can do that, all right? Because this is it. People say, "Well, what would I do that for?" Multiple reasons. Right? We won't get into them, but it's the right room. Where else can you find heart-centered, high-level people chopping it up, pushing? I mean, that's how we went to Podfest, and now look, this whole kindness movement in a couple of weeks is about to split internationally wide open, backed by some of the most amazing, accomplished people on the daggone planet. No, I don't want to be in that room. Show up. All right, show up. Get regulated. Get better, right? There's nothing wrong with you. You're human. I'm amazed by how ashamed I was of my shortcomings in life, but I never did that to my car. I never got a flat tire and just said, "Oh my God, look at my awful car. How could it do that?" I just fixed the tire. It's like, finally, right? That's an April Wyatt job right there. I was beating myself up. She's going, "Ain't nothing wrong with you. You're trying to change the spark plugs when you need to be changing the tire." And I went, "Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a country analogy. Canadian lady didn't get, but you follow what I'm saying." There's nothing wrong with y'all. All right. I'm goofy. So what's your excuse? So that's it. I'm going to close on this really fast, but I want y'all to get it. You do not have to do anything. Today, thank you, everybody involved. Thank you to the Hounds, friends of the Hounds, Steve, Irene, Jennifer. Oh, goodness. Dr. Pollyanna, you ladies, everyone. It's not just me. It's very little me. I got the vision, I call it, but you guys pull it off. You do not have to become fake. We did not talk about how to just bash in a rate of return and how to grow, sales. We talked about what turned you on, what turned you off. What have you tried that didn't work? Why would you double down on this? And you do not have to go and be sleazy and performative and feel like someone you're not. You don't have to be a persuasion expert to close business if you do all these things in the proper order, in the right way that fits you. That's it. And you can enjoy, I never believed this. You can enjoy your life. How about that? You can enjoy, even when it's challenging. You're not always off track. So that's our call. If you're stuck, hey, if you're just, I'm tired of doing this alone, or you've been through the crap and you just know the value of hanging around honest people that can elevate you, doesn't matter why. Just reach out to us. That's it. All right. And if not today, keep popping up. It's all about your timing, not mine. I'm good. So audience, hey, if it felt useful, again, like and subscribe so we can build this lighthouse so other people can see it. And if you're supposed to be in the pack, join. Check it out. Test drive it. I might send you an HOB networking event. Who knows? Might give you a guest pass. Just put yourself out there, folks. That's what I want. Thank God I did that. Got beat up forever until one lady, Tanya Eberhardt, brand face. She didn't beat me up. She said, ooh, did that say Redneck Financial Coach? I got to talk to this guy. Russ Hedges show, folks. That's it. One show with a crusty hat, all passion and no clue, changed my life. I want that for you. All right. So before I get into a PBS special, thank you all so much. Hey, if I could do it, let's all.
Should we take a quick screenshot?
You want to do
I
it?
think so.
Cheers.
I'll do it. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Boom.
Yeah.
All right.
Here we go. Thank
I
you,
even got my
Yolanda, for always tuning in and supporting us. You're amazing. We hope to see you at the Kindness Worldwide meditation if you have some time. Yeah, just wanted to shout out to her because she's such a sweet person.
She is always here. And somebody I told a couple weeks ago to DM me so I give them something. So if that was you, Yolanda, please, I'm going to have to go back and find the episode and watch it. Because I hate to say I'll do something, don't do it. But don't be shy. I got plenty of stuff. I need to do a yard sale anyway. I'm joking. All right. Well, hey, look, I'm getting slap happy. Y'all can tell I need a daggum nap. So thank you all. All right. It happens. So thank you all. Spread the word. We're going to elevate this. We're going to make this more impactful, more mysterious. We're going to incorporate Jason McNair, right? So we're going to pour this out to the No More 9 to 5 Club. That's a whole bunch of working people that went getting laid off. I'm tired of being told when to go to the bathroom. Oh, entrepreneurship's hard. Yeah. So you need guidance. He's giving guidance. We overlap well. So guys, we'll have fun. Thank you all so much. Tune in next time, same time. We're going to do 3 more runs until we commit to a full season. How about it? Tell us what you think. We take your comments seriously. Be good, y'all. I'm going to play this. Hold on. Don't hit the button yet. I'm going to play this because I didn't get to use this video. All right, you're still in a camping trailer. We got to play it. Bye, y'all. Wave at them.
Be well.
Looks like your business might be in a bit of a pickle. Don't you worry about a thing. You ain't alone in this. You're just a success story waiting to happen. Trust me on that. Every bump in the road is just an opportunity wearing a clever disguise. Welcome to the Hounds of Business community, where we don't just sit around twiddling our thumbs. Nope. We turn those obstacles into mighty fine stepping stones. This here's a place where high-level entrepreneurs and sharp professionals gather to grow their businesses and mindsets, kind of like how a good old gumbo needs the right ingredients to be something special. Ideas thrive here, and collaborations, well, they're as natural as sweet tea on a hot day. Success, it's a journey, and we're fixing to walk that road right beside you. Now, don't forget to follow us on LinkedIn for all the latest tips and insights. We're talking about the kind of wisdom that'll keep you ahead of the game. And while you're at it, head on over to our YouTube channel. We've got ourselves a treasure trove of videos, from expert interviews to webinars, everything you need to stay sharp in this fast-moving world of business. The Hounds of Business community? Well, we ain't just a network, we're a movement. So why not come on and be part of something bigger? Join us today and let's turn your business journey into a real Southern success story. Together, we'll achieve greatness, just like crawfish and singing on a Friday night.